Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. So one of my favorite movies is Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Now, the idea of this movie is this. His father had been in the search for the cup of Christ, the Holy Grail, for his entire life. Now, the thing about it is that he knew exactly where the cup was. He knew that it was in a trench or a cavern that was shaped like a crescent moon, that there was a river and a mountain. He knew all the clues and everything on his legend of where the treasure was buried, where the cup was, where it lay to rest. And if you know the idea of the cup it caught the blood of Christ, and whomever drinks from this cup will live eternally, right? So he was in search of this cup, and so were the Nazis and all these other people trying to find the cup, for their own power reasons. But the thing about it is that he spent all this time knowing exactly where the cup was, where the treasure is. But what he did not know was the starting point, where to begin. Right? And it wasn't until he was captured and then his son Indiana goes out and he gets involved into the chase for the Holy Grail, and he discovers where the beginning point is, which was in the city of Alexandretta. Now, here's the thing about it. Many of you have a treasure, and you know what the treasure is. You know what that thing, that divine thing inside you that says that you are supposed to be this person, live this life, do this thing, accomplish this task, be great at this thing. You know all the things on your legend as to how to get there and what it looks like and the path that you should take. But the problem is you don't know where to start. You don't know where to start. Which reminds me of something that I heard today. Tiger Woods has decided that he's going to stop being a part of all competition because his golf game has gotten so bad that he's an embarrassment to himself, and he doesn't want to discredit the sport. So he is going back into exile, and he's going to spend the time necessary to get back to the root of his game and come back, so that when he comes back, he is coming back strong, right? So he's taking a step back to get to the beginning, right? So that he can get to the treasure that he's trying to get to at this stage of his career. Sometimes we have to take a step back and get to the root of who we are. See, your treasure, the pathway to getting to your treasure begins with you getting to know you. Now, there are different ways you can do this. To the true initiate, they have mechanisms that you're able to look at, view, and come into an understanding of, and it tells you about yourself, and you have an open eye to that, a single open eye to it, so that you can figure out exactly where you are to begin. There are practices and things you can do to get there, to finally come into an understanding of it. And when you do, and I told you guys yesterday that yesterday began a 12-month cycle that will allow you to reach goals beyond anything you've ever imagined. But in order to do that, in order to follow your personal legend, you got to know the starting point. See, too many of us, as we've gotten older in age, we've already walked down a path. We've been all over our map, but we're not following the legend of our map. We're not following the signs, the omens, whatever you want to call them. We're not following those things of our own personal map. So we kind of just all over the place. But in order to really get to your treasure, get to what is for you, what you have in store for you, you got to first get back to that center point, that starting point, and say, I start here in Atlanta. I start in California. I start in Dubai. I start in Paris. I start in Lima, Peru. Wherever it is, the starting point. And those are just locations of starting point. But it is, where do you start? All right. And if we were talking alchemy, then I start in lead. I start in copper. I start in iron. I start in silver. All right. So where do we start? In order for us to move forward and get to gold. Where do we start? That's the question. That's what we have to figure out. Where are you right now? And do you, like Tiger Woods, need to take a huge step back? Remove yourself from the things that you're currently doing, because the path that you're on may not be your path, but somebody else's path that was set out for you in the beginning. So do you need to step all the way back and say, this is my starting point. This is who I am. These are my talents. These are my weaknesses. These are the things I need to overcome. These are the things I need to strengthen even more. These are the pathways I need to take. These are the people that I need to come around me. These are the strengths of others I need to have within my circle. These are the masterminds that I need to create. This is the level of spirituality that I must have. This is the level of intelligence that I must have in order for me to follow my personal legend so that I can get to my treasure. If it is in a relationship and it involves another person, then the two of you may need to step back and come into a mastermind. I tell you this, if two people, a couple, come together in one mastermind for the purpose of their relationship, then there is absolutely nothing that they cannot accomplish together. So if you are that couple and you're struggling, come into a mastermind. Come back to the root of the thing that made you a couple. And then start your personal legends. That's a joined legend of your map to your joined treasure together from that beginning stages. Remember, we all got together because of dating and the excitement of the dating. But somewhere along the line, somebody lied to you and convinced you that that part was just an aberration of something that happens in the beginning and is not something that can be continued throughout the rest of your life. But I'm here to tell you, I have met too many couples where they are still living the fantasy. They are still living the dating. They are just as in love, if not more in love today than they were when they first met. And it is not just by their words, it's not just by them being together, but it's by their daily actions towards each other. I mean, they run around like little teenagers and stuff, just falling in love for the first time and all on a, euphoric high. I mean, it's amazing, but it's true. And it can happen, and it can be you if you decide that that is you. Like I said yesterday, I accept nothing but greatness. You have to accept nothing but greatness in your life. So if two are joined together in that formation of a mastermind as far as your relationship, then what you choose to achieve in that relationship, nothing can stop you but you. But you got to start at the root and follow your personal legend for this relationship to get to the treasure. All right, so we can all get to our own treasures, whether it's relationships or business, family, or just the personal aspect of you coming to a total consciousness with the divine. So hey guys, y'all have a great day. Follow your legend. Take stock of yourselves. Take a quiet moment and breathe in the energy, and then start your journey. All right, and remember, you're never journeying alone. But sometimes you may look like you are alone. And when you are, just continue to move forward. And when you come to obstacles, climb over them, go under them, burst through them. Do whatever is necessary, but do not let an obstacle stop you. Have a great day.